Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is Sunday, June the 5th, and it's hard to believe I'm already back here with you doing my whips and UFOs for the week. And I wanted to bring you along on, it's been quite a busy week. So, let me give you a rundown on what I've been up to. On Monday, May 30th, I finalized a lot of the steps on a joint collab that I'm doing with Kathy of Kathy's Cute Creation and Stephanie Stitches. That's going to be a month-long, maybe 8-week-long project that we're going to bring some people on board with, and you're going to like that when we debut that. And that was quite a busy day. Then on Tuesday, May 31st, I pulled back out my scrappy quilt that I'm doing because I was doing it in a 9-patch for my cat napper recliner. And my husband and I, once I got it laid out, it looked a little bit more busier than what we're used to. So I sewed a row together, just trying to see what fabrics that we like with it and what we don't, because we're using scraps. And I went ahead and I'm starting to put sashing in to break up all the busyness. So we're kind of liking the way that's going to lay out. So when we get together on the collab, then I'll be working that up. So that will get laid aside now that we know that's going to work. That was on Tuesday. I spent the day doing that. On May the 1st, my husband and I took my quilts out to the quilt show, and it's called Schoolhouse Quilt Show, and it runs from June the 3rd through June the 5th, and this is what it is. And it's hosted by Allegheny Arts Council, here, a local organization. The Schoolhouse Quilt was put on by the Schoolhouse Quilt Guild and another few organizations that took part in that. So we did drop off my quilts there. So I'll backtrack to that here in just a second. I spoke to y'all about the bibs that I needed for my sister. So I worked on those, and I'm going to show you how nice they turned out. They did turn out quite nice. So I'm going to get these over to her this week. So I made 3 of them in some different colors. And I put little snaps in and a little decorative stitch. It's I did them just like y'all recommended. I bought the hand towels for your bathroom, so it's a little thicker in case we spill something, it'll absorb it. And each one of them has a different way I laid this out, but I put snaps on all of them so that my niece or whatever, we're going to be able to use these quite easily with her. And then my sister's favorite color is purple, so I also made sure that I did one in purple. So I'm quite pleased with the way these did turn out. And I wanted to thank you personally for giving me your tips and tricks on I would do this or I would do this, because I took all your little leads and all your little tips and wrapped it up into making these, and they turned out quite nice. And I think when I get them over to her this week, she's going to be really pleased and she'll like those. You're going to see the hack of the week come out on you saw the hack of the week come out on Wednesday. That was quite nice and interesting. I think you guys are liking that, the way that we're doing those. Thursday was the judging for the quilt show, so we weren't allowed in as guests or visitors. So I had I did a little Zoom sew working on these bags here. I thought I brought them down. And I walked through the So Powerful handbags. It's a charity that helps underprivileged girls. If you haven't saw what I was doing, please go back into my videos and you'll see, just type in on my videos and you'll see it's So Powerful. It was phenomenal. The pattern is wrote so easy, and this is what they look like inside. I put a little pocket. I just followed the pattern. It was one of the easiest sews that I've ever done. Made my own strapping, and I made sure that I have to put a note in each one of these yet before I mail these off, but they turned out really nice. This one I did on the Zoom, on the live, so that I could just show you the way that it came together really easy. And that was done on Thursday morning. Then on Thursday afternoon, I had invited several people to join me for a sew, and we worked on rope bowls and trivets, and then they could do whatever kind of sewing that they wanted. But I wanted to name the ones that did join because it meant the world to me to have everybody and get to know them on a little more of a personal basis, and you've got to talk to them as well. So my moderator, Colleen of C and T N Dot, she joined us and she moderated the chat. I had Stephanie Stitches join me. Let me see. Ellen Campbell of Campbell's Creation. Melissa of Practically Creative. Lori of Quilting in the Country. Sylvia Back of You and Me PP. Shady Susan and Mary Franson. As well as Ingrid Bowser. We also had Kathy Blazer of Kathy Quilts and Crafts join. So that started out with a nice mix of everybody. They came and went as they needed to. But most of us stayed on for quite a bit. Some of us came in late. However, they had their schedules and their times allowed. So that was quite fun. I was doing a chip bowl because my granddaughter loves potato chips. And I thought how fitting, it'll help catch the crumbs. And I made it with a little hook on mine. Quite a big bowl, but you don't understand. We love potato chips. We love popcorn, whatever. But I'm going to make a little lining for on the inside, so the crumbs, it's going to catch them or whatever. But it'll be really easy. Not like the Lana burger, but I'll make some form of a lining and get that in there so I can be able to pull it out, hand wash it whenever and if it needs washed. So that turned out quite nice. And I have enough of my pre-wound rope that I'm going to do a couple small ones. So we might just pour the chips or whatever in this and then use the smaller ones. When you're talking and stuff, you lose track of how big you actually make it. So that pretty well closed out my Thursday. Friday morning, my husband and I got up and we shot off a lot of business emails, and we did some work behind the scenes, finalizing my interviews and things that I've already got lined up. But we got those Zoom links and business stuff, the grunt work done per se, to get my interviews set for May. So I'm going to give you that lineup real quick, just in case you have forgotten. On June the 6th, tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing Beth of Goody Goods at 7 p.m. The 13th, I'm doing Tiffany Groth of Tiffany's Quilting Life. I'm uploading a pre-record video on the 20th, and that's going to be Colleen, the points in the life of a content creator as well as moderator. I focused more on what it takes to be a good moderator and how she does it, and a little bit of background on her. That interview has already been done, but it will upload on the 20th. Then when I'm back in town, I'm going to be doing a interview with Kathy of Kathy's Cute Creations, and we're also going to be technically kicking off a joint collab that I'm doing with her as well as Stephanie Stitches over the month of June. You're going to want to listen. You're going to want to watch, because the three of us have joined forces for an amazing project that's going to run several weeks, but it's going to be fun. As the details are dropped, we're all going to be dropping information on our own personal channels, and you have to stay tuned, all three of us, to get all the information that you're going to need. But it's going to debut from my channel on the 27th, as soon as I'm just about finished up with my interview with Kathy Cute Creations. So you're going to want to make sure on the 27th you set your calendar, you set your alarm, and you make sure you're here for that. That's going to be fun, and it's going to be bringing the our viewers into what we're doing. So it's been a long process getting that one set up, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think you are all going to enjoy that. Um, Let me see. That was my Thursday. No, that was my Friday. I'm working out the last of this. I went to the quilt show. My husband took me out so we could just do a walkabout. We videoed. We did a live stream, and I'm honored and proud to say I took first place for my first. It's called your first entry quilt. So that was amazing. You'll have to tune back to our live stream from Friday so you can see that video of the tour of a quilt show. I'd never been to one, so to me, I was like a kid in a candy store seeing it for the first time. They even gave me a girl that would walk around with me and flip the quilts and had on her white glove, and she knew me, and it was really cute. She went around and I didn't know, she told Joe like a couple quilts ahead. And so when I rounded the corner, he already had his camera out and was videoing me. So if you can't catch that on the live, you'll be able to catch that at some point, whether it's on my personal Facebook or my Twitter or my Instagram. But we've uploaded all those for you, and that was quite a feat. My quilt name is Dear Jean. I have been in contact with Jean True Love. I've also left Stephanie Stitches know, and both of the ladies have been phenomenal. They congratulated me because everyone that had a hand in this quilt and guiding me along the way, I've either shared it on their page, I've shared it with them personally, and thanked them for being a part of my life and a part of my journey. So that means the world to me. I never expected to win or place or whatever the term is for this, but I'm my own worst critic, my husband tells me. So my two other quilts did not place, but it's learning, so I can't wait till I pick them up and then we get to see little tweaks and things that I need to make in my quilting journey. So that's going to be fun. I'll be picking these up this evening and bringing them home and looking over all the information that they're giving me. So let me see. Then I'm going to, let me see, did that. We worked on, that was on Friday. I worked our bingo hall. Come home. My husband was still working with the behind the scenes stuff. We're doing some pre-records today. For this that was Saturday the 4th. I attended our county convention for volunteer fire service, and now here it is on Sunday, and we're doing the update with y'all on the whips and UFOs. I'm honored and privileged and proud to say that I made very good friends with Sylvia Back of You and Me FPP. If you've not signed up to watch her, please do. If you're interested in paper piecing, I have spoke to her, and at some point when things settle down for her a little bit on hers, because her channel is just now starting to grow good and she's getting out there, we're going to do a little collab to just where I'm bringing her over here from the UK, and she's going to show you how to build a block. The pattern she's already sent me that she's chose, so I'm going to work on it at some point this week. Just we want to make sure that it's user friendly enough that y'all are going to be able to join in on that with her. Still working with Melissa behind the scenes on a couple things. So it's been quite a busy week, quite a busy feat, and I want to thank y'all for your love and support as I took this journey down a road of a quilt show venture. I never would have expected to be at the level to where I even felt comfortable entering anything. And like my husband said, I am my own worst critic. I love the process of working with the fabrics, from cutting them up to putting them together, and not just by pattern, but sometimes we learn different things along the way. And I am so thankful and blessed that I listened to you all, listened to my husband, and entered, because when I finally get to see Bebe and she sees that quilt with a ribbon, that's going to be phenomenal there as well. So I've given you all those announcements. Let me see, what else do I have coming on? This week's going to be quite busy as well. Our kids locally get out of school, so I'm going to be spending some extra time with my granddaughters. And then on next Saturday, the 11th, please save the date at 7 o'clock p.m. I'm going live. Sean, the guy who sews, is going to be joining me on my channel. And we had gotten some fabric from the So Yeah Brothers. And we're going to be doing our version of a beach bag. And he's adding to his and doing a iPad holder. I've got my pattern up if you'd like to go ahead and go back to that video, or there's numerous links in there right now that you can drop bar and get the information, get your fabric ready, and come join us and be prepared to sew. My moderator Colleen will be in the chat that evening. I may even bring her live on screen pending her availability, so she can read the chat to Sean and I as we're sewing, and she can articulate what we're doing on ours if we're not verbalizing it enough for you. It's going to be just a fun week as we head into summer. So there's a lot going on, and I want to thank you guys for joining me on my journey and in this phase of life. It's been a lot of fun, and all I can tell you is thank you, and I appreciate you, because you are what makes the channel grow. So if you like our content, please give me the thumbs up. I'm learning about all these thumbs up and what all they mean. So please do that. If you like my content, please subscribe if you're not. It means everything to me and doesn't cost you anything. And ring that bell for notifications for when I go live or we're uploading new videos. We're going to be very hot and heavy into this over the summer, and we're going to work this as a business and get it going. So there may be little short videos of little projects that we're kicking off, or where I'm collabing with somebody else or doing my interviews. But I can assure you that at least three days a week you're going to see us on here doing something, whether it's the replay of what the week's been like, definitely the interviews. So stay tuned. We're growing, we're happy, and we're blessed, and we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. In the meantime, you guys have a great week, and I'll see you back tomorrow night when I have Beth of Goody Goods with me. So until then, have a good evening. Bye-bye.